started. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jessica Meza. Like I said, I'm the Schwarzkopf PTA president, and I also recently accepted the position for ESE Chair, ESE South over the School District of Hillsborough County, PTA. A little bit about what our goal really is kind of just to have that liaison, and I use that loosely, in place for these schools. We have the Superintendent's Advisory Council for ESE. They have so many resources that they give out and services that are offered that a lot of parents and families just really don't know about, including myself, until recently when I joined the board. So our main goal is to have people like myself going into these county council meetings and taking all of the information from all of the amazing resources and companies that we have in our county that they are giving us, and kind of just sharing it with everyone at the school. So our chairs at the school would be kind of like that middle person to share that information. And like today, we have a lot of PTA presidents. So one way Schwarzkopf does it is posting things on social media, like our Instagram and Facebook is really popular. We also have our own website that we post information. But the goal really is to get all of these schools, number one, get a chair at all of the schools to share these resources, and just to get it throughout the county. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I feel like we're starting at a great pace. We've got a lot of interest, and our goal is, like I said, to have everyone in the whole district. The main goal also is, as us with PTA presidents, I know a lot of schools don't have a lot of ESE support. So really just sharing through PTA is right now our first step that we're kind of getting in, like our foot in the door for it. Yeah, you know, the goal is just to get all the resources and all that out there. Eventually, we would like to build it to where we have maybe some things for families like IEP binders and IEP binder training and things like that. ABA resources when the time comes, if it's allowed. And just things that communities are doing, like when the zoo does sensory nights, or Chuck E. Cheese does sensory days or mornings in the aquarium, things that we just want to share so our families know what is going on in the community and also what resources are out there for them.
Another good thing about having an ESE chair is we had a big program at Walker Middle when I was up there, and when I was president, we always had a ESE parent and an ESE staff member who sat on our board, on our board meetings. They were on the board to provide feedback when we'd be talking about programs that we were hosting and how we could be more inclusive. Just, you know, I'm not an ESE parent, and there were things that, you know, we were doing for our dances that didn't make them very accessible. That's just one example. But our ESE lead teacher representative, she was like, you know, if we just had a quiet space where some of our kids could come and, you know, decompress so they could enjoy the dance, but then they had somewhere they can go, it was super easy for us to accommodate. But we never would have known that had we not had an ESE parent or an ESE staff member on our, you know, on our board or on our planning, talking about some of these events. So, you know, and then we were able to support some of the things, because a lot of time our access point classrooms become very siloed and separated from the school. So we worked really hard to figure out, like, how can we support what they're doing and make it more inclusive? So we had great success there, and it was really awesome. But so I was excited to hear that, you know, this had kind of gotten started with the ESE, with the Superintendent Special Education Council back when I was not president. So, and then I became president and found out about it. So we're hopeful that we can kind of get the ball rolling. And Jessica and Meza are both working hard to kind of hopefully provide some of these resources. Like, there are IEP binder, like they'll do these trainings, they'll come in and do all of this stuff for our families. I know Jessica was talking about how she just put a few IEP binders in the front office for new kindergarten families coming in that, might need one, just with some basics in it. So those are really small things that a PTA can just, that's not a hard thing to do.
Really make a difference.
Make
Absolutely.
make a huge difference. I'm sure, you had some kindergarten families like for sports cuff were like, oh my gosh, like I wouldn't have thought to have a binder because they, it's their first experience with school. So
Absolutely. And that's why I use the word, that's why I said the word liaison kind of in the beginning, because we're kind of are that middle person where we are like, for example, I'm PTA president, so I'm actively involved with the school, but also wanting to be that middle person to help with the parents because I have the parent perspective. I do have a son on the spectrum that's general ed in the school. And there are a lot of things that when I first started, I had no idea they did. Or even just services that could be offered that weren't offered, depending on who the person was in your IEP meetings, or even just being that support person that family needs. Because sometimes we do have some families, thankfully not at my school, but go into other schools and they are getting a lot of roadblocks and they don't know what their rights are for their kids, or even just the support that they can get. So that, us in this position would be that middle person.
kind of helping them find guidance.
Helping them find
There
guidance.
definitely are people within the district doing a lot of great things. But
Absolutely.
a lot of times you just don't know who to talk to. And especially if maybe you don't have maybe you have a very small ESC population at your school. And they don't have a lot of support within the school, but they have district resources for sure that can help them.
Absolutely.
So just utilizing PTA, obviously we are the channel for family engagement. So hopefully, engaging all families, that is the goal of the ESE rep at the very minimum, like just getting these resources in the hands of people that, maybe don't know that they are even available.
Right. Does anyone have any questions?
No, none here.
You guys are so quiet.
I know. I was like, I guess there are no questions.
Oh, Lauren, I remember you. You have the shoes. She has shoes that say PTA president on them. They're so
really
cute. Yes. I posted them on our Instagram because they were so freaking cute.
adorable. I need to get me some shoes.
I know everybody's going to want a pair, and I think you need to share that resource. That's your first thing.
Just go on Converse.
Converse.
That's all you need. It's Converse. Yeah.
They're like the school colors, and then they say PTA on one side and president on the other.
That's adorable. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I need some.
They're really cute.
Yeah, I
love that.
Maybe I need a pair. What do you think, Kimberly? I should probably get them while I'm still president. I only have a few months, so I should really
definitely do need
capitalize on that.
I was thinking I want one just for Mulren and colors. But yeah, you definitely need a pair, Amy.
I'm gonna need a pair. That's awesome.
I think everyone was pretty much presidents on the Zoom, because I was gonna say the steps were get in touch with your PTA president to find out more. But I mean, we have all presidents on here, minus William, which is my guy. So
I suggest talking to whoever that lead teacher is or that lead person is for ESE, and maybe starting there, because a parent might not know all the needs in the school, but I always my ESE lead was like, oh, they used to do a pancake breakfast for all of their 8th graders at the end of the school year, and all the teachers would make pancakes for the families. And they'd have this big celebration for graduation. And so it's like, well, could we supply volunteers so that you guys can, spend time with your kids that are moving on?
Yeah.
Would that be something that would help? And they were just like, that never even occurred to them.
They
always had to do everything themselves. And so, we had a few volunteers come in, and my husband flipped pancakes, and they were just able to just spend time playing games and having fun with their kiddos. And,
awesome.
It wasn't very hard. That wasn't, that's not a stretch by any imagination. So things like that. So
That's awesome.
things you're probably already doing in your schools maybe, but it just maybe taking things to a little bit different level.
Right. Okay, well, I mean, I feel like we kind of covered all the bases. I just wanted to make sure there were no questions. I'm sorry, I'm reviewing on my notes just to kind of make sure. Meza unfortunately did not. I don't think she was able to jump on. So you guys can't meet my co-chair, but I do have someone else working with me, and we're just getting back into everyone that's been interested. We do have a Facebook page that we are starting to post things on. I feel like we have everyone's emails on here.
That's fair. When you guys are gonna do monthly, kind of a monthly call, right?
Yes.
Like a Zoom. So
Right.
just to provide different information and maybe have
Yeah.
different speakers. That's
the
different
plan. That's what we're hoping to. And once we go to our second, thank you. Yes, if you can put your email in the chat, just in case if I don't have it, so I can save it, and just to make sure I get those emails. Our next superintendent county council meeting is October 13th at the Children's Board, so I will actually be in attendance with that. So once I go to that meeting and have all of my information, I will share all of that with everyone here. And if there's anyone that needs help or guidance as far as once you speak to someone at school, if they're wanting to talk to someone, have questions about exactly how things are going to go, you can feel free to give them my email once I give you my contact information, which I think is already on our Facebook page as well. And I'd be happy to answer any questions. Because I know I do have the assistant principal over at Pinella that was asking, because she's one of our old teachers at Schwarzkopf. So she was asking me some questions as far as that, because they're getting their ESE program they're building a really great program over at Pinella. So
that's
the
cool.
principal had some questions for me, because her principal is also fairly new to the school as well. So if your principals have questions or ESE teachers have questions, I'll be more than happy to answer that.
All right. Any other questions? Anybody? Oh my gosh, your shoes. There's her shoes.
Oh, I love them. Oh, those are so nice.
I'm gonna need a pair of those.
Those are great.
Those are money. You can really pull that stuff off in the elementary too.
Yes. I think it'd be pretty popular around the 5th graders.
Yes, for sure. All right. Well, if nobody has any other questions or Jessica, do you have anything else?
Nope, I think that we covered pretty much everything. Like I said, if anyone has any questions, they can email me. Well, I think we're good. Unless anyone else has any questions, then we are all set. And like I said, I have my meeting October 13th. So once I get those resources and information, I will share it with you all, so we can get that information out to our schools.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
And watch for more. We'll get the meetings on the calendar. And if you guys have an ESE chair, you can invite them to the call.
Thank you.
It's okay. We recorded it, Tracy.
Yeah. No worries. If you have any questions, Tracy, I have a little bit of time if you want to just hang tight a second. If you wanted to ask anything, and I can help you with anything specific that you may have had.
You'll have to unmute. There you go.
We having a meeting tonight. We still have to set up our bank account.
Can you repeat that, hon? I'm sorry.
So we haven't set up our bank account yet. So we're supposed to have a meeting tonight with all the candidates to see how they're gonna go in and set up a bank account. And who they need to meet with to set it up.
What school are you in?
We can't hear you. Are you at Farrell?
Yes.
Okay.
And you need help with
Bank account.
your bank? Okay. Have you been in touch with Stacy, our treasurer?
No,
Okay.
nobody. We supposed to have a meeting tonight.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll have Stacy reach out to you guys. She can connect you with who you need to connect with at the bank
Okay.
to get your bank account set up. That's no problem.
Okay, that was pretty much.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't think,
I
let
can-
me see, Miss Bonnie.
I'll have
Okay.
I'll have her reach out.
So we was on PTA training. I got to the end of it. No, we was on it on the phone. And I just got to the end of it. Was there anything that you wanted to ask them or?
No, it'd be the bank account.
Mhm.
Know what next things are.
So she said she gonna have space to get with me. So
And then Ms. Griffin mentioned something about insurance.
Okay. I don't think she's talking to us.
I don't think so.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. Hey, Erica.
Hello, everyone. Sorry,
How are
I'm
you?
traveling right now.
That's
I'm
okay.
driving to Orlando to head over to the Grace Hopper Conference, a conference for women in technology.
That's
So I'll be there all week.
Nice.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep my camera off, but I'm listening and I can talk.
Awesome. Awesome. Erica's going to step up and help us with our DEI, be our DEI chair. So you will be working with her a lot, Jessica.
Awesome. Okay. Erica, so since you're driving, I'll just give you a little gist of what I just discussed with everyone else that was on earlier. I kind of just was explaining, you know, my chair position and how the goal for us is to basically just be getting, you know, a chair for ESE at every school. I'll be meeting with the, oh my gosh, I was blanking on the name, Superintendent's Advisory Council for ESE. It's such a mouthful. Once a month, I'll go to these meetings, and that's where they'll share with us a bunch of information and resources to give to the parents and families. So our goal is to be sharing that with them. You know, I share to each chair at each school, and they kind of just blast out the information that way, whether it be through their PTA or their ESE person at their school. So that is the goal. I have a co-chair with that unfortunately was not able to join me, but her and I have been working right now. So far, we have now, I believe, 14 schools.
Nice.
So yes, so 14 schools in the district. I know we are a huge district, but I feel like that's a great start for starting now with 14 schools in September. So that's our goal pretty much, you know, getting the resources and support out to these our families in the county. And we
So
do have a
Jess,
Facebook page now. Yes.
I have a question. I'm literally like a week into this role and I haven't had really much material to read off of. What is ESE? Is that environmental sustainability or what does it stand for?
Good question.
That's a great question. For me, I see ESE as like special education.
I think it stands for exceptional student
Exceptional
education.
student education.
So it covers
Excellent.
IEPs, 504s, and gifted students across the county.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
Of course.
Great question.
So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what, you know, what our plan is and what our goal is. At Schwarzkopf, that's where my school is at. I'm the PTA president at Schwarzkopf, and right now I have William Haynes is on with me. I'm trying to recruit him to our chair, which I'm sure he will be. And so he will be helping right now. I've been posting, like sharing our ESE Facebook page that we have on our PTA website, as well as when we start doing those flyers, once we start getting in more information, we'll be using our social media to kind of just push out other information to our families.
And Jess, I'm going to throw my number in the chat. Again,
Okay,
I'm very
perfect.
new to this, so I'd love to do a one-on-one with you. I'll
Of
throw my number
course.
in there. Maybe you can give me a text message later. I prefer WhatsApp, but I'll take normal text also. I just
I have
identify yourself.
WhatsApp on
I'll think
here.
you're a spammer. And
All right,
just so
yeah,
we
yeah.
can get time, so that way I can catch up to, what have you accomplished? What do you have in the pipeline? What do you see in the pipeline for 2024? And for me really to understand your role and how I can best support you.
Okay. Absolutely. I have WhatsApp, so I can definitely write you on WhatsApp. All right,
Super cool.
sounds good.
All right. Well, I guess we will let everybody get back to their day, and you drive safely, Erica.
Yes.
And Tracy, I'm gonna see if I can get Stacy to give you a call today.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right. Thank you, Jess. Welcome.
Thank you. I know, I don't know if I'm about to, I don't know if he still knows who's on. Oh, there he goes. Okay.